welcome back. Guess what time it is? It is time for our weekly roundup, where I go over all of the eyeshadow palettes I've used over the past week and I rank them from least liked to most liked. Now today I have 8 slots. I have a palette that appears twice, and I don't have any singles this week. I didn't get to my single shadows. I'm just getting back from Pilates and yoga. I'm feeling like stretched. But so we're just gonna jump in so I can go lay down. At number 8, it's actually not an eyeshadow palette. It is the Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the medium deep one. So it comes with like these 2 shades here. Those are the ones I used on my eyes. And then you have these 2 sort of highlighter glow shades that you can also use. So even though it's not designated as an eyeshadow palette, the website Charlotte's, everybody says that you can pretty much use it for all over the face. So for blush, for cheeks, for eyes, and that's what I did that day. I really wanted something easy, and I had not used this in a while. This actually, ever since I got it however long ago, I will sometimes have it in my declutter little basket or like give to other people. Then I'll be like, no, I want to keep it, and then I'll just like bring it back. I just go back and forth, and I'm not quite sure why. Yeah, I don't know. But I will say that because of like the texture of these 2 shades, I do think that you need to use a densely packed synthetic brush, synthetic bristles, because I think that helps to transfer the product a bit better onto your face. And as I was like thinking about it, I don't really think there are Charlotte Tilbury products that are just like in your face intense. I think they are mainly like ones that you build up, or it gives you kind of a softer kind of look. So let me know if you have any of her face palettes, especially this one. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I don't like love it, but you do get a lot of product, and if you like pink, here you go. So that is number 8. At number 7, I actually have the palette 27 from Adept Cosmetics. So here it is. It definitely has more of a fall vibe to it in terms of the colors. For this day, I think it was a day I was going into my office later, and so I just wanted to throw something on real quick. I was just working from my office doing telehealth. I didn't even have people coming in. So I was like, let me just do something real simple. I think I wore jeans that day. It was a pretty chill day, and I just wanted a little bit of something on my eyes. And yeah. What I like about these palettes also that I didn't realize for a super long time is that they are magnetic, so you can pop the shades out and move things around, or if you want to create your own, like build your own palette, then that's pretty cool. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this palette. It's pretty much got 2 shimmers and the rest are mattes. Nothing to write home about, but a good palette. I like the shades. Yeah, something simple that you can use, and I really appreciate that the pans are magnetic. So, number 6 is the Adept and Amy Loves Makeup palette, and I've just been trying it out, using these shades as much as I can throughout like the week and such. And as always, I do like the shimmers or multi-chrome, duochromes, whatever. I know some people don't like the formula because they do have this kind of like maybe like putty consistency. If you have Adept palettes, let me know how you would describe it. And I will say that I think their mattes continue to improve. These are very soft and easy to use. They kind of like glide on. Now, I will say that on first like glance, I was like, these 3 shades, like they seem super similar, but let me show you. They do have like different undertones, I would say. So there is some difference. I don't know that they needed all 3 in there. I think you could at least take out 1, but who am I? They didn't ask me to do a palette, so. But definitely a more cooler toned palette than I think all of their other ones. So yeah, I think it's good that they sort of added this to the mix. Number 5. I mean, guess what it is? You already know. Danessa Myricks Defining Neutrals. Now, I remembered that I needed to put this in my weekly, like, usage. Because last week, I was like, if I don't use this 1 week, then something is wrong with my life. And I didn't want y'all worrying. But now I gotta take it back, okay? There are just gonna be some weeks where I don't use it, alright? Okay. But I did this week, all right? So this was a super simple look that I did to go, I went to hang out with one of my friends at her house with her wife, and they made like fajitas and margaritas. I had more margaritas than fajitas, but we had so much fun. Like I felt like I had a sore throat when I left because I had been laughing so much for so long. And I don't be going out like that, y'all. Like, I stay home. I go to G's out. Like, everybody's always like surprised when I go somewhere. I think I give off the vibe that I'm just like all out and about. No, child, I am out and in my house. Like, yeah, but I always have fun when I go out. Like, I am very social in social settings. Outside of that though, I'm like, leave me alone. I am in my own personal box of space. Maybe homegirl Rose is invited sometimes. G's invited. Anyway, some people are invited, but mainly like don't mess with me. Leave me alone, okay? Anyway, so I did what I want to call a signature look. I don't think I can call it that, but I used like some of the brown shades and then a red lip. And this past week for red lipstick, I've been really sticking with the ones that I have from Monet Cosmetics. Their liquid lipsticks do not move, okay? You put them on and they don't go anywhere for the entire day, all right? So let me know if you've tried their brand yet. I have a purple shade, brown, and 2 reds and like a random gloss, and I've really been enjoying them. But I had to throw my homegirl in there. Also, I just looked really cute. Like, I had on this long yellow, is it a sundress? I don't know. And it had these cutouts on the side. I had on some sandals, just some flat sandals. Had on a red lip, you know, with the Danessa eye look. And then I had on, oh, I had a purse that G got me. So the whole thing was real cute. And I was talking to Erica because I was like, maybe I'll do something where I like do like what's in my bag for when I go to like a friend's house, because I take specific things for specific reasons, right? And I probably gotta give a shout out to Jan for me now having like 2 yellow outfits in my closet. 3. 2 I've bought under the suggestion of Jan. But I liked it. I'll try to remember to put a picture in there. I just felt like I was like bright as the sun. I was giving banana vibes. So that is number 5. Number 4 is a combination of palettes. I used the Natasha Denona Sunset palette along with the Nomad Hudson Valley palette. So, I mean, many of you know that this is my Meet Cute palette with Jan. This is what brought us together and made us besties. So whenever this came out, that's how long me and Jan have been friends. Right? Yeah. And this is the combination I used for my weekly video with Jan Van. And I was just like recreating a look. It was sort of like a peachy, orangey, like, I don't know. It was that. But I like both of these palettes. I like to use them when I can. I will say, like, I remember trying to recreate a look that Jan did, and I don't think some of the reds and oranges show up as vibrant on my skin tone for some reason, which is weird because I think those shades look really good on darker skin. But for some reason, yeah, like, I saw one of her looks and the red was just so vibrant. And when I tried it, I was like, it don't look the same. But I do enjoy both of these looks, or I'm sorry, both of these palettes, and thought it was a good idea to combine them. They really do have like a similar vibe in color story, right? You can see them going together. Just nod and say yes. That was, what was that, number 4? Number 3 is the Viseart Mink Set Étendue palettes, and I used this when I did my makeup at work. And this is one that Erica gave me because she realized that she wasn't using it as much, and she thought that I would get some pretty good use out of it, just because it's sort of like the shades that I gravitate towards, really, yeah, like sort of like a bronzy copper. There's a little bit of a pink vibe in there, some neutrals. So I really liked it. It was a super simple look that I did, and for work, that's it. At number 2, remember I said there was a palette that reappears, and that is the Amy Loves Makeup with Adept Cosmetics. Now this look I liked a lot better than the other look that I did. This one, I just had fun with it, and also I was just like picking colors and just listening to music and kind of just doing my own thing. And that typically is when I do looks that I like the most, when I'm just like chilling and just having a good old time. So with this look, I just really feel like I put the colors together like in a really cool way, and it was just a pretty cool toned look, I think. So yeah, I really liked this one more than the other one. I feel like the other one was a bit more one-dimensional, and this one just had a little bit of something going on with it. So that is number 2. Number 1, my favorite look of the entire week, and it was with the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Glamorous palette. This palette is just so vibrant, and yeah, it's just like, you know, like that, whatever that is. And I like the shimmers and I like the mattes. They're very deep and rich tones. They're kind of like, I would say like jewel tones, right? Yeah, so I really enjoyed this look. I had fun putting it together, and I like all of my Glaminatrix palettes. I do think, like some other indie brands, they kind of cycle through palettes relatively quickly. Like, I don't even think you can get Glamorous anymore. The palette, you can still get Glamorous if you want to. But I do think you can get them in singles. I'm really glad that I have it in a palette form. And yeah, this was my favorite look of the week. I really, really enjoyed it. All right, so I think I had a pretty good range of palettes. Many are old, or I've had for a super long time. I think the only one that is recent is the Amy Loves Makeup palette with Adept. I really like the fact that I use the stuff that I have. Like, yes, I'll bring in some new palettes and stuff, but I think I'm pretty good about using the things that I have. And there are dips in pans in a lot of my palettes, so I think that's pretty cool, right? Nod and say yes. So let me know what you have used this week. Have you used your singles? I didn't use them this week. Oh well, I'll get back to it. I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you're continuing to take care of yourself. I would love it if you liked the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.